Sure. How's this going to end? So, first of all, I'll say some good things, okay? Number one, parents know the truth for the first time in a decade. There have been, my book came out in 2020, a number of other books have come out since. That is a big victory, that parents now know that puberty blockers come with serious risk. Affirmation comes with serious risk. If they want to read about further, they can. If they want a support group, they can find one. This is all good news. In Europe, we see even better news. Norway, Finland, Sweden, France, the UK are all either curtailing these puberty blockers for adolescents, they're ending them entirely, or they're warning about the risks. So they are far ahead of the United States in that. They have actually many of these countries have now done extensive follow-up reviews and found that there was no mental health benefit, and they've stopped them or severely curtailed them to research settings, the availability of protocols like puberty blockers. So those are good things. I used to think, the one thing that I think I may have gotten wrong in the book is I thought that the medical malpractice lawsuits would end this. I'm less sure today, and here's why. When we look at prior medical scandals, and I do believe this is maybe the biggest medical scandal in the last decade, when we look at prior medical scandals like multiple personality disorder, they ended through, and repressed memory, they ended in the courts because we had a good number of doctors willing to stand up and say in court and testify, and they went all over the country testifying. People like Paul McHugh went all over the country testifying and saying this is quackery and we are hurting people. This is psychiatrists introducing harm into these, troubled young, often young women, but these troubled patients. Okay. Today, we live in, unfortunately, a much more repressive America, or a much more fearful America, and we have too few doctors speaking up. When I speak, people invariably come up to me, doctors invariably come up to me, and they ask me if medical malpractice lawsuits are taking care of this. And what they're saying is somebody else taking care of this, because I don't want to have to say anything. These are people who come to my talks because they don't agree with what's going on in their own profession, but they're afraid to say so. That's different. And there are lawsuits that are fortunately coming in the United States, but we need people to speak up. We need professionals. We need medical experts, because there are truly legions of experts of so-called experts, really activist doctors on the other side. With newly minted.
But there are also victims that have been harmed, right? That want to sue, I would think, but they need the experts to speak up for them. You need both.
They need both.
But you're saying you're more pessimistic that's going to happen.
We have so many wonderful G-transitioners who are so brave and willing to speak up, and I think they're having a big impact. But we need doctors in the courtroom. We need doctors to say what's true. And because courts rely on them. And right now, courts are inundated with activist experts. That's who's signing up to testify in trials. We need more doctors speaking out.